me.
So what kind of business is this?
Hell Inc.
And what does Hell Inc. sell?
Misery and pain.
Okay, but how do you monetize misery and pain?
I've been lucky and crazy enough to be friends with Naz Red, the director and writer of this film, for several years. And it started as just a friendship, which then became me contributing regularly to his podcast. And he always said to me, I'm gonna make my movie and you're gonna be in it. Sure enough, he writes this amazing script, anthology-based, reminds me of some of the greatest horrors from like the 80s and like early 90s that I grew up with. And sure enough, he's written me a great role. A role that's going to require a bit of a loss of ego.
You are the biggest loser on the planet. There is no loser bigger than you.
I don't appreciate this. Naz's approach is so jovial and so welcoming that honestly I felt like just a kid on the playground. And I was able to just have fun, which is what you're supposed to feel as an actor. And there was no confusion between the fact that this is my friend, but he's also playing a role who's gonna be dominating over me and really serving me a rough hand. Off camera, he's my brother. On camera, we just committed to the roles. And so I gotta say, he provided a safe space where you could be yourself and also not feel like your friend suddenly just became a total ego trip because it's his movie.
Oh my God, this is perfect. Brandon, get those girls from Tallahassee on the phone, tell them we're good to go. It's really nice to have you on board, and you better be at the meeting.
Working with like a found footage process or working with a iPhone instead of a camera is a little bit different, but it kind of just mirrored the creative process that Naz himself kind of emulates. Like he kind of just goes with the flow, goes with what feels right. And at the end of the day, the DP that was involved, Lucas, was also really good at creating a vision and implementing that.
I kind of felt like I was a YouTube blogger, basically. So it was weird because it's not something that I've ever done before, and I'm basically doing everything that every acting class tells you not to do. Look into the camera, talk directly to the camera, you know. There's really no prep that goes behind it. You kind of just like put the camera up and flow. So it was challenging at times because I kept wanting to like look away from the camera, but I'm having to look into the camera lens. That was probably the most challenging part, but we did so many scenes that way that by the end of it, it felt comfortable.
It was a little bit odd because it's like a small camera right in front of you moving around, but it seemed a little bit more intimate, and I don't know, I liked it. It was just as professional as any other experience, but in a new realm.
My favorite scene that we shot, there was one scene where we pulled over on the side of the road next to a cemetery, and I was kind of like, it was, you know, the vlogging, but this was like towards the end, so I was comfortable at this point with like doing the vlogging with the phone, and I think I was just like, it's like the moment you see like the suffering that Patricia's actually experiencing. So we drove to which we probably should have known was a bad idea from the beginning, but we're just like, we'll just go in here guerrilla style real quick and shoot this scene. And it's like they have like a security guards like popping out of the bushes there. So we got kicked out of there and drove to another cemetery that we thought would maybe be a little less crazy, but they were on us right away.
He pulled up on us immediately. And so thinking I'm slick, I pull out a cigarette. I'm like, guys, it's chill. Like, I'll just smoke a cigarette. He won't come up to us. I don't know why I thought that would work. I just thought it was like, all right, I'll look chill, just relax, like follow my lead. So I just like, I don't even smoke cigarettes. And then so I just started smoking, and then the guy's just like, you guys can't be filming. And then I was like, no, we're not filming, like, because they were filming on their phones. And I was like, no, like, they're having a little photo shoot. And he's like, no, absolutely no phones allowed. And we're like, oh shit. I tried to lie, but I'm not a very good liar. So that just didn't work out.
I mean, we were defeated after that, so we're just like, let's just go along the side of the fence of the outside of the cemetery, on the sidewalk. I think we were like next to a bus stop. And we're just like, crouch down next to the fence and make sure you can like see a gravestone behind you. Oh wow, that was fun, I forgot about that. I feel like everyone around me is dying or dead. And then there's just me, sitting here doing this.
What I really enjoy about the flesh and bone segment of Debbie and the Devil is that it irreverently incorporates comedy. And I've always been of the mind that you need to have that yin-yang. And personally, my background is comedy. So to be able to have my comedic isms called upon within the framework of horror, I find to be refreshing, to be challenging. I'll admit I was very squeamish about the blood on set because it was so realistic. There was one point where an actress got bludgeoned over the head. She had a sack over her head. And when she got slammed, the blood timing was so realistic. I had a moment of like, oh God, is she okay? So if it's anything like what I saw on set, people are in for a ride.
How much blood can we expect to see in this movie?
Do you want an honest answer? Because I'm pretty sure it was 7 gallons between all of them. 7 to 8 gallons between all three, which is a lot.
I didn't get to do any of my ritualistic chants. Let's do it again, and let's use someone else, not the sister. That's too samey. Let's take 5. You're doing a great job.